Last time I showed how I automated my podcast workflow using AI, but that was really just scratching the surface. Today I want to show you something even more powerful. For this example, I'll show how AI can generate targeted marketing copy that stays consistent with your brand. But keep in mind, this approach isn't specific to marketing at all. This is about using one AI assistant to gather up the information needed from multiple sources and then running a separately defined AI task so we can consistently deliver high-quality results. To keep it simple and understandable, I'm using marketing as the example. So for this demo, I'm working with a made-up coffee shop called Brew and Bond Coffee. Really, the whole point is just to keep the business side simple and easy to follow. Here's the real magic though. I've set up supporting documents that contain everything about Brew and Bond's brand voice, target audiences, and messaging guidelines. Let me show you what those look like. First, there's the brand voice guide. This defines exactly how Brew and Bond should sound in all communications. Warm, community-focused, but never overly corporate. Then we have the customer personas. These are detailed profiles about the different audience segments for this business. So that includes working professionals, students, and families for this example. And finally, there's the unique value proposition. It describes the unique advantages of this coffee shop over customers' other options. It's about what makes this business special and why people choose it. Now, watch what happens when I ask my assistant to create marketing copy for a new seasonal promotion. I say create a marketing email targeting professionals. That's one of the segments that we care about. And I'm going to tell it that we want to use the Fall Spice campaign, and the email template that we want it to use so we have consistency is defined there, and we tell our assistant to do that for us. And it thinks about it, and it looks up the instructions on how to work with this other AI task. And then from there, it figures out, okay, I need to read some of these documents, find everything that's needed for this. And once it gets all the information, it is able to launch the task, this separate AI task that is defined specifically so that we always have consistent output. So it created this new document. We see it popped up right here. We can see that this Fall Spice is created. It's targeting Sarah, which is the persona for our professionals. And it creates an email subject line. It gives us 3 options, and it gives us a template for the email that we can use with our emailing system to put in the actual recipient's name, and then a place where we can put in links for how they can place an order for this. And it also tells us this is what I was focusing on when creating this particular example. Great. Well, that worked really well. Now I can say, now do that for the student persona. And it thinks about it. It already has a lot of this information about what the context is. It already knows about all the documents. So it says, great, I'll do that. And it launches that other separate AI task that is focused on just doing that one thing really well. And we can see the second document came up here with the student marketing. And we can see this target audience is Mike, the student, and it gives us our 3 subject lines that we can choose from, the same email body structure. But this one is fall semester is full swing. We know you're settling into those long study sessions. It is specifically designed to target that audience segment that we care about. But in this way, we're getting consistent behavior and consistent brand messaging to our clients. This is what I mean by keeping consistent style when targeting different audience segments. The brand voice stays the same, but the value propositions shift based on what the audience actually cares about. Students get messaging about affordable price and study space, while professionals hear about convenience and premium quality. This approach scales beautifully too. Want to add a new customer persona? You just update the personas document and the system instantly knows how to speak to that audience. Want to launch a new product? Update the product information once and every future campaign can reference those details. The key is we're not just saving time here, we're building a system that actually gets better and more consistent as it grows. So this marketing example is just one application. The real power is in the approach itself. Having AI systems that understand your specific business context and can execute tasks consistently. What repetitive processes in your business could benefit from this kind of intelligent automation? If you're a business owner or decision maker who sees the potential here, I'd love to connect. Drop a comment or send me a message if you want to discuss how this might work in your specific situation. I'm working with businesses to implement AI workflows like this, and I'm always interested in connecting with people who are thinking strategically about AI's roles in their operations.